All right, now this video I'm going to explain how XRP became the game changer and everything. So let me just back up for a second. We used to have basically um, a team of the big banks: Morgan, B of A, HSBC, Credit Suisse. I mean, you can Wells Fargo. We can go basically down the list. More planes coming into the Caribbean for the weekend. Now, you had those banks, and those banks, with their partners in government, fucked up the money supply. But they had a good racket going because every time they fuck it up, the government bails them out. They fucked it up so bad, though, that they knew they had to create kind of like a new system that's going to give them much more financial powers and control over you, me, corporations, government, everything. So they knew they needed a new system. You know, the Great Reset. So they were working on their technologies. This is our system. We're going to have it. And everybody's going to have to come to us to do business and survive and everything else like that. Everything from, some people will talk to me about universal basic income, and I'll talk to you about that, how that's a failure. And I'll talk about that. To, at the highest level, you know, doing the money movement for the entire financial sector of the world. That was all fine and dandy because it was all a controlled system by the same group of bankers that screwed everything up. Not screwed up for them, they screwed up for us. They get bonuses, they get benefits. Then something popped up called XRP. And here was this technology, this ledger, based on a native coin on the ledger called XRP that allows financial institutions, banks, major corporations, or the average person like me and you, to move money, and now, obviously, tokenize assets on the ledger without being tied to the gang of banksters. I quote Gerald Salente on that when he created that gang banksters. And they went after it. Why? Understand something. If you were a bank in Oklahoma or a bank in, I don't know, Minnesota or whatever, savings and loan, you know, a corporate, whatever it may be, and you see the team of bankers that fucked everything up. In many ways, for a lot of banks, small banks, you know, credit unions, whatever, the big banks are their competition. So they didn't want to sign on to their system, their digital system, their new system of control. Imagine that. You want to stay in business moving money around the world? No problem. Your biggest competitor now is in charge of your money movement. Think about that one. That's what they wanted. And here comes XRP saying, hey, you don't have to do that. No, we're not tied to any of those things. It's decentralized. You just use XRP to move money. You buy our technology, you implement it into your back office system, you know, the Ripple, ODL, or payments, whatever they call it. And that allows you to send money in real time using XRP around the world or to the next zip code seamlessly, very cheap. And the global bankers freaked the fuck out because they were like, whoa, wait a minute. Then we're no longer in control. Then we're no longer the ones in the middle. We're not the ones charging the gas fees, going back and forth, which is what they do. Try moving money around the world. Who do you think gets their little cut, their taste? So XRP comes along, and now these banks in America and Canada and the EU, they don't got to deal with the big banks anymore. That's why the Middle East fucking loves XRP, because it's sanction proof. You don't have to go through the American banks, the American SWIFT system, or whatever they want to call it now. You don't have to do that anymore. That's why Russia loves it. Everybody loves it. Why? Because one thing I can tell you going forward The idea of not being a slave to the major banks in the American system it's the new fashion going forward, and XRP facilitates that. Now people have a hard time understanding that, but once again, what is the options you have? Let's say you're the bank. Let's say you opened up the People's Bank of Oklahoma, and you want to do business with the world. You want to lend money. You want to receive money. And you have two options. You can work with your major competitor, the Morgans and everything else like that, to move your money and have liquidity. Or you can talk to Ripple, implement the technology, and move money around the world seamlessly for much faster, much cheaper, more transparency, less risk, yada, yada, yada. What will you choose? Of course, what keeps small banks from becoming big? The big banks. Understand something, the value of XRP is freedom for the banks that are not part of the elite banker core. Do you understand? That's what makes that thing so powerful. And through the years, we're going to see it evolve to the point where it's the main system that's being used to move money between banks around the world. It's going to happen. It's already happening. There's no way around it. And now with everything that's going on in America, like Morgan got downgraded, a bunch of other got downgraded, our bonds are in shambles, we're going to a financial catastrophe, the dollar's in danger, we have a stupid, administration. You can go on and on and on and on. But the one thing is, XRP gives all these banks around the world and governments a chance to work outside of the US system. And that is what makes that coin so valuable. You just don't know it yet. But it's okay. People didn't see it at Bitcoin at 9 cents. Bitcoin's time is coming past. People are going to make some money on it, but now it's like a big pump and dump. But if you were there at 9 cents, at $2, think about that one. More of it's to come.